Welcome to the Part-Time Pixel Podcast, your go-to podcast if you want to listen to a bunch of busy friends talk about video games. I'm your host, the Empirical Pixel, Travis. Joining me today is the affiliated one, Anthony.
What up, what up, what up?
We got Mr. Fitness himself, Josh.
Hello.
And rounding us out, we got Kevin.
I'm a nobody. Don't mind me.
Kevin is more than he gives himself credit for. But today we're going to tell you about ourselves, our gaming history, and why all of us, except for Josh, have made the switch to PC gaming. So I guess I'll start us out. First thing I ever owned that got me into video games in general was a Game Boy Pocket. I got it in Japan when my dad was living out there. He was in the military. And it came with Pokemon Blue and Mario Golf for the Game Boy, and that was what started me off. So since then I've owned every Nintendo handheld, and my first console was an N64, and I've owned just about every console since then too. So yeah, I've been really into the old video games for most of my life. I mostly lean towards PlayStation stuff and Nintendo consoles, and now PC. And yeah, so that's me.
Well, one question I have for you: have you ever done Xbox stuff, like
Yeah.
Halo, all that? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So you were like back and forth.
Yeah, I had everything. I had my N64, and then I got a GameCube. And after that,
Ooh,
I had a 360 and a PS3, and then an Xbox One and a PS4. So I've dabbled. I never had like the OG Xbox, but I think that's like
Never owned an Xbox.
Never?
Nope, never owned an Xbox. I always
You ever-
go
you
over
ever-
to my friend's house to play fucking Halo and shit.
Oh, okay. So you have played Halo at least.
Yeah.
I think everybody at one point has played Halo.
Yeah, if you haven't played Halo, you're probably sleeping under a rock or something.
I think Halo was the first game I ever pulled an all-nighter playing.
I think Halo was
yeah.
the only game I ever pulled an all-night playing.
My butt, we had a group of four of us would play it. We would play Capture the Flag on Blood Gulch, but then never actually go for the objective. So it would just be like a 6-hour-long fuck fest of us shooting each other with the tank.
Well, hold on. Anthony just said that Halo was probably the only game he pulled an all-nighter, but we can't forget that fateful night on Persona 5.
Oh my gosh. Josh told me to get Persona 5. This fool set me up for failure, dog. That game don't even end, bro.
It was great.
But it doesn't end.
Yeah, I remember waking up it was like a Sunday morning, just catching Anthony on his way out, and I was like, "Oh, what's up, man?" He goes, "Dude, I'm about to go to sleep. I just spent all night on Persona 5, and there are still palaces to go to. I don't understand."
Yeah, bro. I took a 6 or 7 month break from that, and I picked it back up. And I don't know who any of these people are anymore. I don't know what I'm trying to do. But I've already played it for 40 hours. I don't want to start it over.
Yeah, I played that for 80 hours. It's a lie. The game's longer than 80 hours. The DLC said 40 hours. That's a lie. It's probably 80 hours. They're wild, bro.
So, Anthony, tell us about yourself.
All right. I started out gaming with a Game Boy Color, I believe, with the Tetris, and it was super boring to me. I didn't like it at all. I didn't like single player games when I was growing up. It took me a while to warm up to video games, but once I found out about the Nintendo 64 and we started playing Super Smash Brothers, and I got to see the face of my brother after I pounded him constantly with Donkey Kong, bro, I was sold on video games for the rest of my life. I'm pretty sure, my dad liked building PCs, so he had us started on PC when I was younger. But now that I've switched from PS4 back to PC, it's it's different.
It's a whole new
I
world,
suck
man.
at it. I'm so bad.
Yeah, it took me some time getting used to it.
Yeah, but that's what I love about video games is the competition, the multiplayer, getting hate mail. That's probably the best thing about video games for me, man.
That's why you like Rocket League so much?
Definitely, because you can type
It's like, oh yeah, this
disrespect.
guy just told me to hurt myself. I love it. He's salty.
this guy.
And I'm just like, Anthony, wow.
Yeah, bro. Smash Bros. My dad and I used to play that jam together all the time. I always used to think I would just cream him, but I think he was going easy on me. Now that I look back at it.
Wait, so your dad actually played video games with you?
Just that one. He helped me beat Banjo-Kazooie, and then we played Smash Bros. That was it. He hasn't
That's
played
super cool.
He hasn't played anything
Banjo-Kazooie,
since.
#1 game in the
Banjo-Kazooie's
world.
the best.
Yeah, my dad used to be like, "Get off the damn TV, pow pow."
My mom was always overprotective, so she would rather me stay inside playing video games all day than go outside once.
Yeah, my parents didn't like that I played a bunch of video games, but they got over it, I guess, because I was still active. I don't know why they cared. But now my dad builds computers, but he doesn't do it for gaming. He just builds like these like tiny little computers that serve a purpose. I guess like he built one for a ham radio station. He built one for all this other stuff. So he's crazy.
Yeah, I liked playing outside all the time, but whenever I came in hurt, my mom got me a new video game. It was all a scheme, bro.
He's jumping off the swing set to get a new game.
Rolling down the hill and then disappearing into a cliff.
Down hills. My mom's over here like, yeah, here's a new console. Go play Halo.
Just stay inside. Just don't let anything happen.
Kevin, tell us about yourself.
Well, I never really had my own console because it always was my older siblings and my dad's. But,
Josh,
like,
what
you
are
know,
doing, bro?
Ooh, I'm so sorry.
Jesus
he's
Christ.
just eating his fucking waffles, dog. Or what
I'm
the
so
fuck is
sorry.
that?
Cracker
yeah.
Barrel over here.
I'm so sorry.
Good, buddy.
But I've always just been a PlayStation dude ever since I was a kid. Playing Tekken on the first PlayStation, you know, spamming X and just somehow winning fights. And that was like, you know, the most riveting time I've ever had as a kid at the time. And then, you know, playing OG COD, like, what do you call it, Big Red One,
Oh, yeah.
all that stuff. But, like,
If I saw
honestly,
Kevin
like, the
on
game that I played, like, every day was, like, Madden with my stepdad. But, I mean, outside of that, like, once, like, all the consoles started leveling up, like, on PS3, I was on Black Ops, like, religiously, and it was good as hell. Like, the M60, just two-tapping people.
Olympia, baby.
Were you also like doing like the zombies for Black Ops? Because that's how I got into just the first Black Ops, and then there's zombies.
No, I never liked zombies, because my little brother was the one that played with me, and then he sucked, so, yeah.
The only zombies I like is the one from the first Black Ops, like the original map. It was simple. It was like you knew what you had to do. Now you got to run around like amusement parks and like turn on swing sets. It's like what the fuck am I even doing?
Oh, there's like some Kraken monster that comes around when you do like a ritual,
Yeah,
like in some basement in some Nazi Alcatraz concentration camp. You know,
yeah, not for me. Keep. It
I didn't like
simple.
zombies at all, man. The zombies mode, I was like, I can't shit on nobody, bro. This is boring. But Left 4 Dead, you guys play Left 4 Dead?
Yeah, buddy.
oh yeah.
I could kill people in that game, and I loved it.
Yeah, Left 4 Dead's the bomb. Maybe that's what I'll play in the background over a YouTube video.
Left 4 Dead, good game.
I think I have
Boomers.
I don't know. Yeah, so if I'm gonna put this up on YouTube too, and if you're watching that, so if you're listening through audio, ignore this part. But if you are watching it on YouTube, you'll be watching a video game happening right now, and you will have been watching it for the last 10 minutes. So I don't know why I'm doing this now, but enjoy what you're seeing. Yeah, dude, Call of Duty has always been like a classic of mine. I've always loved it. Josh is not a fan of Call of Duty, but that's okay. We'll still keep him around. But I remember playing the Call of Duty 2 demo on like the Xbox 360 in like Walmart and Best Buy because it was everywhere. And it was the same mission where you were like the American soldier going through Africa. And I
Yeah.
played that thing like 100 fucking times at least. 'Cause, like at that time, I was like, that was the best any video game could ever look because it had like the smoke looked like it was real smoke and like everything was so crystal clear. And then I just got it like a month or so ago because it was on sale. I'm like, wow, this game does not look as good as I remember it looking. But it's crazy. When I was a wee lad, I was like, damn, how can games get better than this? You know?
Yeah,
and
fun fact about Call of Duty Modern Warfare, my step-pops was actually on the #2 team when it came to Hardcore Search and Destroy.
Damn, like the original Modern Warfare, like COD 4.
Yeah, that one.
Damn.
Oh wow.
That's
Yeah, I
nice,
was in
bro.
game battles. We were so competitive. Me, my step-pops, and my mom, we all played all together.
Yeah, bro, your mom cracks me up, dude. When we're playing with your brother, and you hear in the background of his chat, she's all cussing people out. Like that's what's up.
Emotions, bro. It's strong.
So, Josh, tell us about yourself.
All right. Well, my very first console was the Super Nintendo. The very first game I had ever played was, you know what? I can't even remember the name of it, but was it Super Mario? The very first one?
Yeah, it could have been.
Yeah, and so that was it. So me and my brother would take turns. So the moment one of us died, we'd switch back and forth, back and forth. And then the very next one was a Nintendo 64. So the game that actually changed my life was Super Smash Bros.
Heck yeah, dude.
Yeah, so
Same.
I feel like people are born with like, when you're created, the gaming gods give you certain points and certain game attributes that you can have. And they maxed me out at Smash Bros, but they left no points for Mario Kart. So to this day, I've never won a single Mario Kart race.
Sound
But,
like a slap at Mario Kart.
yeah, everybody I know does, and then it hurts.
And I used to think I was good at Smash Bros. And then I went to the Smash Bros. Tournament like 2 weeks ago and just got fucking shit on. Like something fierce, man. Like I like to practice to warm up. I was playing like against the level 9 bots, and I was like, all right, I got this, man. I'm kicking the shit out of these bots. They ain't got nothing on me.
You
And then I go to this. Then I go to this
when you saw
tournament. All these dudes bust out their old like GameCube controllers, and I'm sitting there with my normal Pro controller. I'm like, oh no, I look like the oddball out here, and then I just get fucking annihilated.
But it's crazy how like there are just always people on some other level. So like I remember when Super Smash Bros. First came out for the N64, there were already kids talking about how they figured out they could take apart an N64 controller and mod it to make it to where the buttons were like more sensitive or something.
Yeah.
And then all they had to do was figure out how to just tap really quickly, and then they could combo faster in the game than if you were just using a regular store-bought controller that wasn't taken apart and put back together.
Yeah, there's always people doing that shit, man. Like that speed, like, what is it, GDC, right? Your GDQ, Games Done Quick, whatever it is, where it's a bunch of speedrunners doing stuff. Bro, that stuff is like bananas to me. I don't know how they do it, but they do. So Josh is a Smash Bros. Guy.
Yeah. I like myself some Smash Bros. My main right now, Samus. Let you guys know. A lot of people are surprised, like Samus, really? And then they get the business. So it's always cool. It's fun being a teacher.
Yeah, I tried to open the tournament up with Dark Samus because I like all the edgy versions of all the dudes. I don't know why, because I'm an edgelord. You know what I mean?
Dude, oh, you like me? Oh, I see.
Yeah, if you said anything about me, I sit up here listening to like 9 Inch Nails and stuff, and I'm not playing video games. But no, dude, like I tried to open up with Dark Samus. I'm like, Dark Samus is cool. She's got it going on. And then I think I went up against someone who was like Little Mac. And I was like, it's like Little Mac. I never seen anybody be good with Little Mac. And then this dude knocked me out in like 30 seconds. It was like a 3-stock match. It was like, what the fuck, man?
It's Little Mac is here's the thing. He's like my second favorite character to play. Here's why. He is, other than the fact that everybody's gonna be like, yeah, just throw him off the stage and he'll die. But before you get him to that point, he is so fast.
Yeah.
He can do a smash attack. And I think he has, if not the fastest, one of the fastest recoveries from a missed smash attack. He'll miss, and you can like do just about anything right after you miss with almost no lag time. Yeah. Almost like as if he like took half a breath and then continued his next move.
Yeah, I never gave the guy a chance to miss.
Yeah, and he's just like, yeah. And he's just he's so powerful. He combos well, and then on top of that, he just moves quick, and he's got that massive counter, Yeah. And I think the last thing about him is like he can chin. I call it chinning when he just chins the smash. So if you hit him while he's charging, he'll just still finish his smash attack.
You play with any of the DLC dudes, Josh?
I had a really awful experience when Anthony brought out Banjo-Kazooie. I did not have any fun. There was no fun to be had when Banjo-Kazooie was brought out.
He said, I've never seen this guy before, and I smiled in my brain.
Yeah. Yeah. I've always wanted to play Joker, though. but I
Yeah,
haven't had a
Joker's
chance
cool,
yet.
dude. I don't know how he works or anything, but the
Yeah,
new
I
guy,
feel like he's-
Byleth,
with-
is cool too with that. He's got like a whip sword or something.
Oh yeah, it's another Fire Emblem character.
Yeah.
Oh, which brings me real quick to, so that was my first console, right? N64, but then I had the Game Boy Color.
Uh-huh.
And then, from there I was on the Game Boy handhelds for a while. I had the Nintendo GameCube. Then I had a PS2, switched from PS2 to Xbox 360 Elite.
Mhm.
And then I had that until I got my first PC. And I actually had this PC about 2-3 years before I finally got the PS4 Pro.
Yeah, so you've had it for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Cool,
Yeah, this
cool.
laptop is all reliable.
Oh, reliable. Yeah,
But okay, so I guess my next question to each of you guys would be, for each console, what is the most memorable game you've played on each console? That when you think about that console, that's the game you think about.
Oh man, that's gonna be.
Halo, God of War, Smash Bros.
Yeah, let's see. So, did we all play in 64?
Yeah.
Okay, so everyone pick a 64 game. We'll go from there. Huh? Let's start there, I guess, and let's move up.
Smash Bros. 64.
I gotta go with Banjo Kazooie for N64.
Super
Ooh.
Mario 64, Doug.
Super Mario Smash.
Yeah,
Bros.
Super Mario 64 is what I think of when I think for.
Yeah, I think, man, another podcast just did like a list of the most iconic games for each console, and I was sitting there, they were going through all of them, and they picked 5 for each console, and I was like, dude, I don't know how you're supposed to narrow this down to just 5, but for me, I said Banjo Kazooie for N64.
Banjo-Kazooie. That was a fantastic game as well.
Yeah, I think
I didn't even know Banjo-Kazooie was going to be my favorite game until I was like 18 when I replayed it.
I
on
knew
64.
it was, dude. The first time I turned that game on, my little 8-year-old heart blew up. Fell in love. So PS2, I don't know. I didn't really play the PS2.
God of War.
God of War's cool. I'd work with God of War.
Never played the first God of War because I don't know, it wasn't like a big game. And then God of War 2 came out, and I was like, "What the hell is this?"
I think I have
It's
to,
like, "Oh, dude, this shit's lit."
I have to go with like Jack and Daxter or like
Ooh.
Spyro or Ratchet and
Oh, yeah.
Clank or one of them.
Jack and
Man.
Or
Yo,
freaking
the
Crash
whole
Bandicoot,
trilogy.
bro. Like they got
Oh.
the PS2 had some bangers, dude. Like
Yeah. Yeah. But for some reason, here I am coming out from way left field. Here is, for some reason when I think of the PS2, I think of Homer Simpson's Hit and Run.
yo, I think that game's getting a remaster. I just saw.
I think I remember that dumbass game.
Yeah. And like, I remember spending hours just driving around for no reason.
The game was a trip. Let's see,
Man.
so that would be 360 next, right? Because I mean, Xbox is Halo. I don't think
yeah.
there's any other.
Xbox 360, Halo 2, easy, bro.
Yeah,
Halo-
I think
2 was
Halo
on the
just
original Xbox,
across the
right?
board.
Was it?
Yeah.
Halo 3.
Yeah,
Yeah.
can't even talk about Halo or any
Oh,
of that
actually,
shit
I
around Xbox.
Yeah, I think Gears of War came out for Xbox 360.
Yeah,
Or was that
first Gears
Xbox?
of War was on 360.
I'll give it to Gears of War then, because that game was awesome.
Yeah,
It was.
I'd probably go with just because Halo's on the original Xbox for me. I'd say
Yeah, well-
Gears of War is on 360.
And you know what's crazy? I got into Halo very, very late in the game. Like,
Yeah,
the first one came out, I didn't have an Xbox. Second one came out, all my friends talked about it. I still had my PS2. The third one came out, and I didn't have an Xbox yet. The third one came out, and I remember the year it came out, I think it was like 09. I was a sophomore. I'm pretty sure I was a sophomore in high school.
Before 09, because I got
Or-
mine like freshman year in high school, so it'd be like
Ooh, maybe it was 08.
like 06 or 07, something like that.
Or okay, yeah, and like I remember, like everybody in class talking, oh, Halo 3, Halo 3, Halo, just getting so excited, and I was like, I've never seen gameplay. I just hear everybody hype it up. No one's ever really talked about it. And then I finally got the Xbox 360 Elite, and actually the first Halo experience I had was number 3.
Oh yeah.
So-
yeah. The Xbox 360 came out November 22nd, 2005. For all of you people listening to this podcast that want to try and jump on us, I already got you covered. Don't worry.
Yeah, they're like, we want facts.
For all of our fans out there.
Honestly, Halo 3 is like one of my favorite Halos because like I remember just going over to Buddy's house. We just create these like wild maps and like,
and the
like,
Forge.
yeah, and then just start
if we're
clowning each
talking
other. I think
multiplayer games, that's probably the number one game of all time for me.
I think
3
Halo
for sure.
3 is like kind of the perfect Halo package, really. It's got like perfect multiplayer, it's got a great story, it's got the Forge mode, it's got all that good stuff. Then they also had ODST, and they had Reach come out after that. And I really liked Reach.
You know,
But-
I loved Reach, and I never understood the hate that it got. Like almost every quote unquote diehard Halo fan that I've ever talked to just like thinks Reach is the worst thing that the franchise could have done, and I don't understand where that hate comes from.
Yeah, I loved
'Cause it was
Reach.
a great
I don't like ODST as much, just because it's so like different from the rest
Yeah, I
of
don't
them.
think I didn't care for ODST.
Like it wasn't bad, but like
I was still
Ow.
playing Halo 3.
So then PS3 would be a little tougher, but
PS3.
I think my favorite game on PS3 probably would be Shadow of the Colossus. Would be for me.
Just gonna be a super fanboy. Say God of War 3 because I'm
uh,
pretty sure it's on there.
Yeah,
I think Modern Warfare 2 was like my favorite.
Now, Kevin, as a PS4 guy since birth, did you ever, or PlayStation guy since birth?
guys since birth.
Sorry.
As a
Did you ever?
spokesperson for PlayStation?
Yeah. Did you ever play the Uncharted series? Is it any good?
I've played Uncharted, but honestly, like, it was pretty interesting. The story's always going, and it's like not dragging, but I mean, like, I don't know. I thought it was trying to be too action packed for my taste, and honestly, like, it comes down to those kind of like Indiana Jones, like Lara Croft stuff. I'm like,
Yeah.
I wasn't like the biggest, fan of those kind of games.
I like Uncharted. I think they're good.
Yeah, I had a friend that had Uncharted. Since I had an Xbox, I'd go to his house to sleep over, and then when he went to sleep, I'd just beat all his games. So I always beat Uncharted and Uncharted 2. I beat both of those in the same night.
Yeah,
I like those games.
Those games are pretty lit. But yeah, I gotta go with. I have a Shadow of the Colossus tattoo pretty prominently on my arm, so I gotta go with that.
Oh,
it's gotta
nice.
be,
Oh, is that PS3? Oh, wow.
yeah. Well, no. Well,
I mean,
I think it was
they had a
PS2,
remake
and then it got
every
remastered. Yeah,
Yeah, definitely.
every generation had a remastered Shadow.
but I played it for the first time on PS3, so I associate it with that console in my mind.
Oh, okay. I hear you.
But I mean, PS3 had some bangers too. We got some Killzone. I remember Killzone 2. That
Oh,
multiplayer.
Killzone. Oh.
I slapped cheeks.
Oh.
I clapped cheeks in Killzone 2 multiplayer. I don't know
Ooh.
what it was about it, but I was super good at it.
Killzone was fantastic, man. Oh my god, yeah. You're right.
Was Killzone the one with the sledgehammers, or was that Red Faction?
That was Red Faction.
Just
Yeah,
kidding.
Red
I think
Faction was
I think
Sledgehammer.
Red Faction Gorilla was on
One of the PlayStation.
PS3. That game was cool. And then what else did
Gorilla's
PS3 have?
good.
It had that Resistance game, but that one was okay.
Oh, a game that came out when the PS3 launched that sucked? Everybody was hyping it up. Haze.
Haze. I remember that game, dude.
I remember
bought that
everybody
shit with my
talking about
money,
it.
And I was like, I want to kill myself.
I
I spent
remember
$60
it
on this
looked so
game, and I barely could make $60.
cool. It looked so cool. The cover did, and then it just wasn't.
'Cause honestly, I think it was between Haze and getting like Modern Warfare 2 at the time, and I got Haze, and it was the biggest
And you were like,
failure of my life.
I'm over here Googling because I was like, I've never heard of that game before. What the
And I
hell?
don't know if anybody played it. There's a game called Warhawk out there on PS3. That game was lit as heck. And one of my friends, his little brother was like globally ranked, like in the top,
Ooh.
like 25 like of the leaderboard on that game. And he was very good at it.
What about GameCube? What
yeah,
games do you
skipped
think?
right over
Super
GameCube,
Mario
didn't
Sunshine.
it?
Yeah. Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
dude.
Super Mario Sunshine.
GameCube's hard, dude, because it's got Sunshine,
It's hard.
Double Dash, it's got
Wind Waker.
Wind Waker.
Mm.
I didn't like Double Dash. I don't need another person.
I like Twilight Princess. A lot of people don't like it as much, but
Mm.
I like Twilight Princess a lot.
That's Zelda, right? I never
Yeah.
played.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? We didn't even mention Ocarina of Time for before. Oops.
Oh yeah. Well, so
Ooh.
I didn't play Ocarina of Time until I had it on my 3DS. Because I was my family traveled a lot when I was growing up, so I mostly played my like handhelds, like my Game Boys and DSs and stuff.
Okay.
So my N64 when I was growing up did not have a lot of like what are now considered the cult classic or like must own.
For that
N64 games at the
for that
time. I
console.
have them now, but like when I was growing up, I didn't play like Ocarina of Time or I didn't get Super Mario 64 until way late into me having
Okay.
it. So
My sister was all up in Zelda Ocarina of Time. She only needed like one more heart piece to get the maximum amount of hearts.
Dang.
I think she spent like
Ooh.
200 hours on it.
there
And
was
I
a
dropped
game.
my bowl of cereal on my Nintendo 64. That's good.
Out. There's a game called Custom Robo on the GameCube. That game's the illest game ever. Just so everybody knows.
I'm gonna have to look that up because when I think of GameCube, I also think of Turok.
Oh yeah, dude. And they had what was that? It was like Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness.
Oh
Where
yeah.
you like captured other people's Pokemon because they were like corrupted or whatever, and you had to train them and purify them. Like I wish Pokemon would do more stuff like that. With like isn't just a normal
And you know
game.
what? We skipped over GoldenEye 007.
My first FPS, bro.
Ooh, yeah. Like if we plugged in right now, if we were in a room, all four of us, and we plugged in an N64, 4 controllers, and 007 GoldenEye, headshots, baby.
Yeah, right. Odd
If you
job.
turn off,
Odd job,
if
buddy.
you turn off aim assist, that game's
Odd
impossible.
job, no
He said,
hitbox.
Baron Samdi, baby.
So just to get us into this generation, I'd say PlayStation 4, my favorite game so far, because they're still coming out. So far would be God of War for the PS4.
Oh yeah,
You know, me
absolutely.
too.
That game is a work of art. And then Xbox One, I haven't had one for a couple years, so I haven't
Yeah, I was gonna
played
say
any of
Halo
them.
4, but I didn't really like Halo 4 all that much.
I'd probably go with like Sunset Overdrive.
Ooh, I heard that one was people liked it.
Yeah, that game's super good. Josh, you played the new Spider-Man, right?
Okay, so yeah, so if we're talking PS4, mine because I mean, like at this point, it's probably like weeks of time into it would be Rocket League. It would be my number one pick.
Oh yeah,
But number two would be between Monster Hunter World or Spider-Man.
yeah. But Sunset Overdrive is made by the same dudes that made Spider-Man.
Oh,
And you
no
can
way.
see- yeah, and like you can get it on Steam. I don't know if your laptop will run it, but like you can get it on Steam.
Mm-hmm.
It's freaking fun, I would say.
Ooh. Hoo. Okay.
I'm just looking at pictures of it on Google now. I know what that game is.
Yeah, it's super colorful and all that good stuff. So, so kind of transition here. All right, so this is where normal podcasts that are sponsored put their sponsorship. So this podcast is sponsored by the Blue Mountain Dew Game Fuel.
We're not really sponsored, but we hope they be.
Yeah.
You know, become
Not
sponsored.
any of the other ones, just the blue one. So
Yeah.
Just
All
blue.
the other
just-
ones, dog shit.
the green one, out of here. No, actually, so I'm a college boy myself right now, and my university's esports team just legitimately got sponsored by Mountain Dew Game Fuel. So I think I can safely say that by some extension, I myself have a sponsorship with Mountain Dew.
It's like your
Game
third
Fuel.
cousin.
Exactly. I mean, I'm paying to go to that school. I can claim
By
it.
association.
Yeah, by a dirty association. I also
We breathe
tried.
the same air.
This podcast is not sponsored by Coca-Cola Energy because it's gross. So,
Yeah.
I almost spit my coffee. I almost spit my coffee. That was funny.
yeah,
Oh my
dude,
God.
I got one last night because I was like, all right, I'll try it. I like Coca-Cola. It's not the worst thing I've ever had. Then I drank that. Horrible. Super gross. Overpriced. Not good.
You better have made a lot of money on that commercial, Jonah Hill. I swear to God.
So, PC is where we're at now. And we've all taken different steps to get to the personal computer sphere. Sounds like Josh has had a laptop for a while now.
Mm-hmm.
Anthony bought a pre-built PC, like a month ago, maybe less than that.
Yeah, January.
Kevin has himself a pretty spiffy laptop. And
Got that on Black Friday.
what? And
Ooh,
I
nice.
built a PC with my dad. Probably 6 months ago, something like that. So
I wish your dad was my dad.
my dad's pretty GD cool, dude. My dad's real cool. It was
He
his
does
birthday.
so
It was
many
his
issues.
birthday yesterday, actually. So
Kevin got daddy issues too.
my dad can be everyone's dad.
Hurts.
Yeah.
So Josh, you're kind of like the resident old man PC gamer man.
Yeah, I guess so. This laptop here I bought. Let me see. Let me see if my math is correct. I was still in the barracks. I was probably in my second year in the military, so it was probably like 2014 when I bought this laptop.
Dang.
Yeah.
That's old
No,
as,
2013, 2014, yeah.
that's old as
Yeah.
shit for a electronic device.
Yeah, so that now I realize why I booted it up today to get a podcast. I was like, why is everything running so slow? So I'm like,
I had a laptop that I got like the day after we graduated boot camp, and I was like, all right. And I had that until like 2 years ago, and it was taking like 6 years to like log in. I was like, okay, maybe it's time to
jeez.
maybe it's time to get in a new laptop.
But yeah, what had drove me to PC gaming was I had already had, so when I was a sophomore in high school, my mom bought me this like Acer notebook, really like $150 or less computer.
Mhm.
And I would do it for schoolwork. And what had happened was one of my good old friends that I used to play RuneScape, Tibia with, stuff like that, back in the good old days, he had started playing. I have it here on my computer. It's Final Fantasy something.
Oh,
Final
wow.
Fantasy. Yeah, it might have been.
It's either 11 or 14 if it's the MMO.
It's oh wow, okay, so I'm about to show everybody how uneducated I am. Final Fantasy XIV. 14.
Yeah,
That's what it is. Yeah, 14. There we go.
Final Fantasy Roman numerals.
Yeah. It was A Realm Reborn, so it was like this MMO kind of Final Fantasy. My friend was trying to get me into it, and my computer just like died trying to install it.
Oof.
So that same day, I said, you know what? Hey, man, give me like an hour. We'll go to Best Buy, get a gaming laptop, and we'll get it started. Subsequently enough, in that hour, I bought this gaming laptop. It's a Republic of Gamers, Asus, fantastic brand. I highly recommend it. It's been good to me. And
Just a reminder, this is not sponsored by literally anyone.
yeah. But which is really cool because it's Republic of Gamers. You see, like when we watch the Rocket League tournaments or we watch like anything else, like that's the brand that really pops up on some of these computers, and I just get so excited.
Yeah.
But what you call it? I got it. I got back home. I installed it, and he had to get off, and I ended up buying like 3 other games. So I just never played Final Fantasy after that. Like I never even opened it once to play it.
Dang.
And I ended up started buying. I think Skyrim was my first purchase on PC,
Yep.
which was
Josh,
fun.
Josh.
Uh-huh.
You know the World Championship for Rocket League's in Texas?
When?
It's in Dallas. I don't know when, but I'm pretty sure I saw it on the game. Just letting you know.
We gotta go, bro. We gotta
Is it?
go.
That'd be super convenient.
Yeah, it would be extremely convenient.
Look it up real quick.
Anywho, so
Uh-huh.
Josh's
Oh, yeah.
first game is Skyrim on PC,
Skyrim. Uh-huh.
which is a good choice. I've had Skyrim in my Steam account probably I think the longest too, because I made a Steam account before I ever had a PC that could run any games, just to like start picking up on deals and whatnot. So I have a pretty beefy Steam account even without having the actual computer to run them. So yeah, you ever mod Skyrim, Josh? You ever just
Oh yeah. So I had started playing it normally,
uh-huh.
and then because I had played it before and I loved it, so I was like, why not? You know, if I'm gonna be on a ship and go underway, this is a game I don't have to worry about online. It's got so much to offer for not being online. And then whenever I was in the barracks, like my friend was like, "Oh, you can mod it." So I was like, "Oh, what's that?" Started showing me like YouTube channels, like
Yeah.
Reddits where they were talking about, oh, go here, mod this, do it like this. And so like I think the silliest one and the one that I had the most fun with was turning every dragon into Thomas the Train.
Yo, right. All the ones that wasn't the Dragon Quest. I forgot actually. I've had Skyrim installed on like a previous computer, and I had installed some mods in it, and then I built this one, installed Skyrim because I was like, now I can finally crank this puppy up to like max settings. I can see what Skyrim's all about. But apparently, like the Steam like cloud server saved the mods that I had installed. So the first dragon that appears when you're getting your head like about cut off in Helgen or whatever, it was like a F-18, and it started playing the Highway to the Danger Zone song instead of like the normal dragon song.
Oh, that's
like,
funny.
Oh shit, I forgot about that.
Like a nice little blast from the past.
That's one reason I like PC gaming, is because of the mods. Mods are always fun, and you can do a lot of business with the thing. But Anthony, the affiliate himself,
Oh yeah.
built a PC or bought a PC about a month ago. He's already affiliated on Twitch. He's making moves, man. How do you feel about the gaming on computers?
I wish more of my friends had PCs because most of the time we get stuck on PlayStation playing with other buddies of ours. But yeah, man, when I first played Escape from Tarkov and I maxed out the graphic settings, I felt like I walked into a whole new world, man.
Ooh.
Yeah, man. I wish that game would let me buy it. It looks a lot of fun.
It's really fun.
It's on sale this weekend, too, and I'm looking at it like, just take my fucking credit card. Come on.
Sorry, bro.
Oh, well. Yeah, I'm trying to think what the first game I liked. Oh, it was Battlefield 5 was the first game I like
Ooh.
cranked all the way up, and it looked like real life. And I was like, Jesus Christ, dude, this is awesome. Like,
Right, like every game on PlayStation looks like Minecraft now that I'm playing PC, bro.
and I have an SSD in mine, so like everything loads super fast, and it's great.
Have you played Minecraft on PC?
No,
Better graphics than Rainbow on PlayStation, bro. It's
I
wild.
don't enjoy Minecraft very much, but
I don't either. I just downloaded a whole bunch of games to see the graphics. I'm a little weird.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Hey, you guys want to make a Minecraft world?
I uninstalled the game.
Minecraft
Stop it,
world?
Kevin.
I
It was a
mean,
joke.
if you make a Minecraft world, I'll show up. And
Well,
You'll build a house.
Josh
Actually,
likes Minecraft.
I do, and I also have it on PC as well. Yeah.
I'll host a server right when this new update comes out, where the Nether is gonna be pretty much flipped upside down. And it's gonna be like fucking Wild West.
I think the only person that enjoys Minecraft more than I do is Kevin.
I am looking forward to that like Minecraft Diablo game. What's that called?
Oh,
Minecraft
yeah.
Dungeons, I think. That looks lit. But like,
Ooh.
I don't really enjoy any games like that. And you guys like those games a lot.
Yeah, those grinding games. where
Especially
you have to
Josh.
go and
Josh
grab-
like Josh will suck those games off, bro. He's all about them.
Yeah. They're just, I don't know, they're just like not only, I don't know, man, it's like, they're just so much fun. I don't know how to, cause, okay, when I was in high school, when I first found out about Minecraft, and it was my little nephew playing this 8-bit looking, ugly, weird game, and you gotta remember, I had just, got off of a Halo 3, Halo Reach, and Skyrim type stuff, and then I'm watching my little nephew play this. I'm like, everything is square, it looks ugly, there's no action, like, what is going on here? Like, who plays this? Like, what is wrong with you? And he had left it one day, and he was like, well, you should try it, you'll see. And then I was like, you'll see, whatever, blah, 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 just thinking like, little dumb kid. And then I remember, I had nothing to do that night, so I was like, 30 minutes. Let me give this game 30 minutes to see what it's about.
6 hours later.
Man, I remember I didn't go to bed that night till 4 a.m. because I was like, oh, I have to build this castle. Like, I don't know what it was. It sucked me in, and I just loved it.
Yeah, I've tried a bunch of times to get into it, and every time I build a little shitty house, and then an hour later, I'm bored. So I don't know. I do the same thing in all the games. Like we've played a bunch of those. Like Ark. Ark is extreme boring. I don't know why you guys played that for so long.
Oh, it was awesome, man.
Yeah, right. That thing ran at like 2 frames per second, and then you die from a dinosaur. And then like Conan Exiles, another frowny face for me. I don't know.
I think
Oh, and also speaking of games we don't like. Oh, sorry, Kevin. Go ahead.
like those are like RPGs without like a direction, and those I enjoy more than RPGs that's like, oh, here's a story, follow it, and I'm just like, I just want to go do something like hood rat stuff, like build something or like kill people. But no, I gotta follow this RPG like storyline.
I guess I'm
They
the
still
opposite.
want me to grind.
I'd rather play an RPG than MOBA. Those games are dog shit.
Speaking of MOBAs, Smite is adding Mulan as their next god.
I love
No
those.
way?
Yeah,
MOBAs are
dead
the
ass,
best
dude.
games ever, dog.
Ooh.
I fuck with MOBAs.
MOBAs are the worst. They're a toxic, cancerous, crappy game. But hey,
Are you dead ass about Mulan?
Nah.
yeah, no, I'm dead ass.
Yeah,
dude.
they're adding Mulan.
Is there like ultimate Mushu or what?
No, there's no Mushu. She just has 3 separate weapons, 3 abilities, and then her ult is using all 3 of the abilities in a.
But if I
rapid
understand,
session.
she's not really a god. She's just a Disney character.
Huh?
Or am I wrong?
I don't know. That's
No, the Chinese, they hold their legendary people on like godlike tendencies. That's why you got like Guan Yu and all them. Because Guan Yu is known as the god of war. Because all he did was kill a lot of motherfuckers.
Oh, but he was a real person that existed.
Yeah, he was a real person.
But they got
Yeah.
like,
Oh,
they got,
I
like
see.
Merlin in there though. It's not like
Oh, true.
Yeah, Smite's just running out of ideas.
Yeah.
Smite just sucks. Smite needs to close. Close it down.
Like
They-
I talk a lot of shit about Smite, but if you 1v1 me, I'll give you the hands.
I can't wait till they add Kirby to Smite.
Come at me.
Except for Kevin. Kevin doesn't do anything but play MOBAs. Waste of time.
All I do is watch MOBAs, and I'm like, oh, that's how you play this thing. You know?
Well,
I
my-
understand the game too well, and it makes me angry whenever I play with other people now.
Well, my first experience with MOBAs was actually League of Legends. Because when I got the PC, I think a couple months into Skyrim, my coworker was a diehard, like, competitive League of Legends guy, and so was his wife. And they were like, I don't remember the ranking system for that game. It's been years since I played it, but from what I understand, like, almost the equivalent of like when you see a platinum in Siege or a diamond in Rocket League is kind of where they were.
Mm-hmm.
And they had a whole little team of people that like they got their dailies in, which means they always had to have a PvP match every single day, once a day, to get the rewards and they never missed a day, unless he was underway. And even if he was underway, she would log in on his account, her account, do a game. Like his wife held it down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Power couple. You know what I'm saying? No, but yeah. So they got me into it. And that was my first experience with MOBAs. And I really enjoyed it. But when I think about it now, I only enjoyed it because we won 90% of the time because they were so good. So all I had to do was just be
Show up.
decent. Yeah, really. I just had to just not like die a bunch of times. And my lane got, overrun. It would just, boop, that's it, gank and easy. So it was just really fun for me, not knowing what I'm doing, just running around.
Yeah.
And then Smite took some getting used to. But Smite because Smite takes so long to load up a game, find a game, and then if you're either winning, you're either getting your ass waxed, or you can at least try to forfeit in the first 10 minutes and then hope you get a better queue, right?
Yeah.
So Smite was the game that taught me patience for Siege. So that way I actually got into Siege more because it was, for me, easier to get into lobbies and easier to just deal with loss than Smite was. So at least Smite taught me some patience, because at first I didn't like Siege until I started playing Smite.
I love Siege. That's a good game.
Mm-hmm.
But I think games that we love is a topic for another day.
Oh, yeah.
So let's see. We talked about ourselves. We introduced ourselves a little bit. We kind of talked about PC, but not much, really. We had some good talks about just what we played, dude. I mean, I think that's a good podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now
think
everyone
we
knows that
did
we
good.
have the best opinions on video games possible, so they should value the rest of what we say. Probably don't have to
Or you-
listen to any more podcasts.
Yeah, pick us.
Or even then, even if they're like, hey, I don't agree with those guys, but I appreciate their points of view.
Yeah, I mean, no one's
Feel
gonna
free
say
to
that, though.
argue.
Yeah. Yeah, they're just gonna, you suck, you guys suck. Okay,
You don't like Smite. Fuck you. Yeah.
Oh, Josh doesn't like Call of Duty? We're gonna find his address.
We're gonna dox him right now.
But, yeah.
So, yeah, man, I think that'd probably wrap it up for the day, I'd say.
Okay.
So thank you, everyone, for listening to this episode 1 of the Part-Time Pixel Podcast. I've been Travis, been joined by Josh, Anthony, and Kevin, and we hope you stick around for the next one. Thanks for listening.
Bye.
See ya.
I love you.